React enthusiasts. Welcome to day 4 of our immersive React series. Today we are delving deep into the fascinating realm of React event handling with a special focus on React synthetic events. Get ready to elevate your understanding of events and how they work. Please also don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit the bell icon for more insightful updates. Let's see what is React event handling. Event handling is the heartbeat of interactive web applications, and React offers an elegant approach to this essential aspect. In React, we use synthetic events, which provide a consistent interface across different browsers. Let's explore the basics. Now let's see the difference between synthetic events and native events. Synthetic events and native events play pivotal roles in web development's event-driven architecture with distinct characteristics. Even synthetic events crafted by JavaScript libraries like React act as an intermediary abstraction that harmonize event handling across diverse browsers by masking the inherent inconsistency in browser behavior. Synthetic events ensure uniformity in event handling and introduce normalized properties and methods. This approach optimizes performance through techniques like event pooling, minimizing memory overhead. Typically confined with the purview of specific frameworks, synthetic events offer a dependable means to manage user interaction within components. Now let's see what are native events, which are the elemental components of browsers JavaScript API. They serve as direct conduits to user interaction and encompassing actions like clicks and keystrokes. Native events bring rooted in the browser's core functionality engage with underlying features directly. However, they can exhibit variation across browsers due to distinct implementations. Employed widely in general web development, native events facilitate interactivity across platforms, independent of specific libraries or framework. In essence, synthetic events refine event handling within controlled environments, while native events underpin the broader interactive landscape of the web. Now let's see a simple scenario where we handle a click event. Let's create a component called myButton. .js. Let it be a functional component, myButton. Now let's create a function called handleClick. And let's put an alert here. I am clicked. Now every functional component returns a JSX. So let's return a JSX out of it. Suppose there is a div which contains a button. And we have a click event bind to this button. On click is equal to, here we pass the event as a value. And now let's give a label to this button, click me. So here you can see I have defined a on click event and pass the definition of the handle click function here. Okay. Now let's export this also as a default function. Export default my button. We have to also import it in our app.js file. And declare here. Now let's see how it will look in our browser. Let's start our application. Oh, we are in the wrong directory. Let me change it. I React app, and now just run this. This will launch the local host, which will have our button. Now let's click it, and we see an alert has appeared here. So this is how we have our click functionality implemented in React. So this is an example of event binding, event handling in React. Okay, now let's move on to the event object. When an event is fired, React provides an event object that holds a wealth of information such as the target element and the event type. You can also use prevent default to stop the browser's default behavior. The event object is a treasure trove of data that provides insight into the event itself. For instance, you can access the target element using event.target, retrieve the event type with event type, and even prevent the default behavior using event.preventDefault. Let's see the event object properties. The properties of the event object vary depending on the type of the event you are handling. If you are dealing with a keyboard event, you can access the pressed key using the event.key property. Similarly, for a mouse event, you can grab the mouse coordinates with event.clientX and event.clientY. Now let's see an example of using event properties. Now let's see how we can utilize event properties in the code. Suppose I have created a handle mouse move function. Okay. So let me create it. Const handle mouse move is equal to, and I will just do a console log here. Okay. So in order to utilize the event properties, we have to also pass the event as an argument here. Now here we will log mouse position X. Let me make it a template literal so it will be easy for us for logging purpose. And then just put here event.client X. Now give Y dollar event dot client Y. Now let's close this template literal. We have to also call it somewhere. So suppose I will call it on mouse move for this div. Okay. So let me style it so that we will have some height. Enough height so that you will know that where we are moving the mouse, and give a width. Let me give a background color also. Okay. Now we will call on mouse move here. We will declare this function and give the body as the definition handle mouse move. Now let's save it and go back to our browser. Here you see this div has been rendered, and now if I open our developer tool and see the console, so wherever I'm moving my mouse under this div, my positions are being logged. So you can see here X and Y coordinates of my mouse move event. All right, let's talk about the type of events you can handle in React. The list is very large, covering everything from mouse and keyboard events to form related events. In React, you can handle a wide variety of events, including but not limited to click events, mouse events, keyboard events, form events, and touch events. Now let's see what if you want to pass an event from a parent component to a child component. Let's explore this, how we can do this. Now let's see how we can pass event from parent component to child component. Suppose we have already defined one function in the parent app.js. Now we want to pass this event to our child component greeting via a property called handle click. So we will just pass it as a value. Now this function should be called when we click any element inside the child component greeting. Let's create suppose a button here and define event on click. Here we can utilize the props argument dot handle click. So what it will do, when we click this button, it will call the event handle click whose body is defined in the parent. Okay, now let's see how it will work. See, this alert hello world is coming from the parent. So in this way, we have passed an event from the parent to child. Now let's see what is event bubbling, which is a fundamental concept in the web development. When an event occurs on a nested element like a button inside a div, the event does not stay confined to that element. It bubbles up through the DOM, triggering the same event on parent elements. React's event system follows the DOM event bubbling principle. Events are first captured at the innermost child element and then bubble up to the outermost element. Now let's see an example of event bubbling. Considering an example, suppose we have defined an anchor tag already here. Okay. Now let's see if this is inside a div. Okay. And this div itself has a on click defined. Okay. Let's name it handle day click. Okay. So in event bubbling, what happens when we click the anchor tag, the event bubble ups to the ancestor also. So all the click event which are defined in the ancestor will also be called. Okay. So now let's define it. Const handle click div click, defining the body. Now giving the alert here. Click from div. Now let's see how the event bubble up. Let's click this anchor tag. So first, the click event of anchor tag itself is called I am clicked. Then the parent click event is also called click from div. So this is how event bubbling takes place. And that's a wrap for day 4, dear learners. You have unlocked the mysteries of React event handling. You have seen what are synthetic events, how to pass events from parent to child component, explored the diverse type of events you can handle, and witnessed event bubbling in action. In next video, we will see the world of component state management and a crucial aspect of building dynamic and interactive React application. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on our any video. Until then, happy coding!